I'm Dave Dameshek, and this is your Reality Shek. Turkey. The haters have it in their crosshairs. Now listen, I understand it's not our most exciting meat, but if we can be force-fed to cowboys, no matter how bad they are, we can deal with a mild bird. And by the way, turkey's not even the real star of your holiday feast. Gravy is. And that brings me to today's point. A lot of quarterbacks out there are turkeys. Yeah, they get most of the headlines and even more of the loot, but mostly they're riding shotgun. The real driver of pro football is the offensive coordinator. Now listen, NFL football is always great, but have you found this season just vaguely unsatisfying and you can't put your finger on just why that is? As I say, the haters can complain about anything, including a holiday built around eating food, but I do understand what they're talking about where the NFL is concerned this season, and I think this is the reason why. It's because the actual game has started to feel more like a game of Madden. Sure, the players still matter to the extent that they provide the result for you, but it's all being controlled by somebody outside the white lines. I don't like to watch other people play video games, and I find it a little less satisfying to cheer for a team because they do good coaching. Yay, X's and O's! What is funny is that now the NFL is called the quarterback league when quarterbacks, to some extent, are doing less than they ever have before. You may not know this, but quarterbacks used to call their own plays, even Terry Bradshaw. In the here and now, who's more important to their team, Ben Johnson or Jared Goff? Baker Mayfield or Liam Cohen, Sam Darnold or Kevin O'Connell. And the Niners are about to throw a whole ton of loot at Brock Purdy. But who really are they bidding against? Do you think the rest of the league doesn't understand that the essential ingredient is Shanahan? That's the same guy who took Jimmy Garoppolo to a Super Bowl after all. Niners fans may not be in the mood to hear it right now, given that it hasn't been a magical season in Santa Clara. But for the record, and as a reminder, he did almost win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo and Matt Ryan. Meantime, Sean McVay did get one with Matt Stafford and almost with Jared Goff. And that means that the two arch rivals basically are the NFL's drawn butter. Next time you go to a fancy restaurant, take a look at the price tag for lobster. The lobster may not cost as much as a starting quarterback does, but it's still spendy, even if it isn't the real star, which is, in this equation, the drawn butter. You know what else tastes good with drawn butter? Everything, including turkey and Sam Darnold. 5 years of mediocre football, then 1 year with Shanny in 2023. Then he moves over to Shanny disciple O'Connell, and voila, we have a star quarterback. Why? Because every quarterback who succeeds is coached by Shanny, McVay, or someone who knows Shanny and or McVay. It's sort of like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, or more appropriately here, Kevin Pigskin. How's Kirk Cousins doing in Atlanta without O'Connell? Probably not as well as Russell Wilson's doing with former Atlanta head coach Arthur Smith. Yeah, I know about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and a small handful, maybe 1 or 3 other guys, but they're the anomalies. They're kind of like steak. You know what? I think we need a support group for all those stuck in the shadows while others take credit for their work. We got gravy, we got drawn butter, offensive coordinators. I think we should also throw the brawny sea creatures in there, the ones who do all of Aquaman's bidding, banging their heads into these nuclear subs controlled by a supervillain while Aquaman gets movies made about him. What gives here? One thing's for sure, in the Shanny McVay League, don't be an Eberflus. Now, if you excuse me, I have a taste for some lobster, dipped in gravy.